Oh my God, it's the Show Feed podcast. I'm Stu. This is foot model MiMi
Hello.
back again. Um, so, question of the year for the Show Feed podcast: What was your? Can you describe your first foot fetish related experience, whether it was in your personal life or in a session, whatever the case may be? Can you remember it and describe it?
Yes, it was with my daughter's father.
Hmm.
I was like 17 because it was before I had her, like before I was pregnant.
Okay.
I think I was like at his house and I don't know where we was at, but we were somewhere and I don't know how we got on the topic, but I was like, would you suck toes? And he was like, would you let somebody suck your toes? And I was like, put my foot in his face and he started sucking on my toes. I don't think he has a foot fetish though.
Oh, you forced it on him.
Yeah, but he's never like tried to do it again or anything. Like we were just like talking about it. He was like, would you let somebody do it? I said, would you do it? And then he did it.
And he didn't enjoy it.
He didn't like he wasn't acting like it was nasty. He was sucking
Oh,
on my
okay.
toes.
Okay. Can you describe your first session then? How did that go? What did you get booked for first? Can you remember?
Worship. I didn't
Hmm.
offer FJs at first.
Okay. And how did that go? Was it good or was the guy messing your toes up?
Um, it wasn't bad. He wasn't like messing them up. I would say like there's experiences when you're getting your toes sucked where it can like be really really good if they're doing it the way you like. It
Yeah.
can be like too rough, too much teeth, like that can be like a little painful,
Yeah.
or it could just be like you could be disgusted. I've been disgusted from someone's like just how they were acting and stuff like that. It just really depends on how they suck. Because when guys suck toes, they even have like body movements and mannerisms.
Right.
And I don't know if they noticed that, but some of them are like weird. Sorry, not to call it weird, but it can get weird. It's gotten weird before.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Wait.
first time it was just like in the middle. I think I was more so nervous. It wasn't bad. He didn't do a horrible job. He didn't do a great job, but it was like a 30-minute session. I think he paid like $80.
Right. So what are some of these strange mannerisms that you're talking about?
I'll just talk about the situation where it got weird because I don't want anybody to think I'm saying it's weird because I don't. So we
Mm-hmm.
were in the car and he was sucking my toes,
Right.
but he was doing more so like like when you if you've given I'm pretty sure you've had when you give head like you flick the tongue like the way you sensually do it. He was more so like licking and flicking like and like just being like looking me dead in my eyes and like doing it, and I just felt really it was weird to me and uncomfortable because I felt like you wanted me to think like you know how to eat pussy. And I'm like, that is not what I'm here for. So it was kind of like strange. It was very uncomfortable for me.
That's interesting. So, for the guys out there that may not know how to do it, how would you recommend they do it?
mm, I would compare it to like sucking on another part of the body, like sucking on some titties, or like even when you eat pussy, like it suckage is good in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So suck the big toe. You can even suck on my soles. Make sure there's not lots of teeth,
Mm-hmm.
not too much spit. I don't like a bunch of spit. Like, and
Yeah.
that could just be me because some people do like it sloppy, but I don't prefer that.
Right.
Just make it sensual and like mysterious, I guess. Like, make me want to think like, oh, I wonder what else he can do with his mouth. Don't force that on me or be like weird. Like,
Right.
so yeah.
Do you remember our worship shoot? That was a
Hmm.
long ass time ago.
Yeah.
Would you say I was good, or was
Yeah.
it?
I would say you did a good job. If I moan, it means you're doing a good job. I don't just be like doing
Okay.
that.
So, what part of the foot? You said the big toe. That's interesting. The
Well, it feels good to get your big toe sucked, but I really like my soles. I don't really care for my toes to be bothered.
right. I've heard that a lot. That's why I mainly focus on the soles. But when I'm recording, I'll do both. Just
For people who like toes, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But when I'm just worshiping just to do it, it's definitely soles. And it's actually easier to do the soles the toes gets tricky because you might mess a girl's pedicure up if you do it wrong.
Okay, I've had that happen.
Yeah,
Literally chipped my toenail, and you
yeah,
don't really know. Well, I didn't notice it till after I'm at home. Like this
yeah.
motherfucker.
I got good enough at it to where I don't do that.
Oh my gosh, it's
Um,
happened,
yeah.
and it wasn't even that wasn't even a bad situation either. I think I used to have this guy. He would book me so many times, and I kind of was enjoying that one a little bit. It was kind of cool. And I'm not. I know some girls are like, oh, I love getting my toes sucked. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not like that. But
Right.
with him, I guess it just really depends on how it's done. If they do it, because he did it how I liked it, and I was like,
Okay.
wow, like
Yeah.
I don't mind you sitting here sucking my toes.
Yeah. So would you would recommend a little bit of teeth or what? No
No,
teeth?
absolutely no teeth. Mm-mm. Teeth is that's too much. I hate it. And then people like to
Damn.
do it with teeth,
Hmm.
and they like to do it like that. I've had to say stop,
Yeah.
stop scraping, like stop, because then I just get to thinking if you do that too hard, you might draw some blood. I don't need your bodily fluids going into my body because I didn't consent to that.
Damn. I've heard girls they like it like a little bit of teeth, like a
Absolutely
some
not.
type of a nibbler.
Man, that's not okay. Like maybe you like don't bite my feet. What are you doing? But like just a little one two. I won't say it the first time, but if you're continuously do that, I'm gonna ask you to stop. Like okay, that's
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, I don't use teeth at all just to completely avoid any type of painful situation.
Mm-mm.
Even for the girls that like a little nibble, I just don't do it at all. I try to
I
leave my teeth out of it.
I never really liked the little nibble. I don't know. Don't
Yeah,
bite
I
though.
heard. Yeah, there's girls that like a little bit of teeth on their coochie too. Yeah, they say like just a little, like a little bit.
Teeth? Absolutely not. I would be very upset
Yeah,
with somebody if they like, are you fucking serious? Are you trying to bite my pussy? Like, are
yeah,
you trying
I
to
don't.
assault me?
Yeah, I don't know what they mean by that, but they're like, yeah, a little bit of teeth feels good, and I don't see how that could feel good, so I don't do it.
I don't either. And I'm a rough girl. I like
Yeah,
it
I don't
rough.
use.
And I'm you're not gonna put no teeth on anywhere. On your
Yeah,
coochie? That's
yeah,
insane.
I avoid it, even for girls that like it. It's just,
Right? You don't get to get out of here.
yeah, I ain't trying to hurt nobody. Okay, we're gonna get into the tweets of the week segment where we just look through tweets and react, give some input, whatever. Um, so this is a tweet and a quote tweet. The original tweet says, "As you got older, you realized." Is a question, and then the quote tweet says, "All women are crazy. Just gotta find the one that's tolerable."
I agree.
Oh, you agree?
Yeah.
So you would say you're crazy.
Absolutely.
What crazy things have you done? Have you slashed tires? Are you breaking windows?
Not purposely broken a window.
What does that mean?
Never slashed a tire. It means I was banging on the window and it broke.
So
I didn't
you're
like crash in the window, throw something through the window.
okay, but if you are banging on a window, it could potentially
No, I
lead
wasn't
to.
banging that hard. Come on. That was a cheap window if you ask me.
Okay. So what causes you to break a window?
Me and my baby daddy was arguing.
Hmm.
It was like around the time when me and him kind of like ended things. You know, when you end things with your baby daddy, it's kind of weird. Well, you
Hmm.
don't got a baby mama, but
Yeah.
when you end things with your baby daddy, it's kind of weird because like you love that person, you had a baby with them, you wish your family could stay together. So we were kind of like still going back and forth to each other.
Hmm.
And just long story short, he was a character, and he basically used me for a ride home,
Okay.
and I was banging on the window and it broke, and it went crazy from there. It went up.
Wait, was this your window?
Technically it was. I left him in that house. I was still on the lease technically, but everyone else didn't see it that way.
That's that's interesting. Do you mind explaining how that relationship ended? Was it some type of cheating or something
He
that
was a
led to it?
cheater. I cheated too. But that I wouldn't say that's what ended our relationship. I think we just literally grew apart. I don't think we were like meant to be together. I don't think we were ever gonna like have what we wanted because
Hmm.
it just turned out that
Meant to be together.
can I call you right back? Okay. Yeah, he is. All right, bye. So my baby daddy was young. I was young. I was 17 when I met him. I was 19 when I had his baby. He's 4 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
20, 21, 22. So he was 23 when we had our first baby. And I just feel like as a woman, I had his baby. I was ready to be a wife and like a mom. Well, I mean, obviously I had to be a mom. I had a baby. But I was
Yeah,
ready to be
right.
like his wife and like take care of him and like we be together, just us. But he was still young. He wanted to hang out with his friends and do things that I just wasn't interested in. And then I wasn't really 21 yet, so I couldn't really do as many things that he could.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. It's just like he was
Wait.
young and I feel like he just wanted to have fun and I was like, well, I want to go have fun too. And
Yeah, that's interesting that you said he was young and he wanted to have fun.
I was young too and I didn't I wanted to be a wife though. You know how women are when we have babies and you just
Mm-hmm.
want that whole family. But when I realized like he wanted to be out with his friends partying, he didn't want to be at home with me and the baby. I'm like,
Yes.
well shit. I don't want to be home either.
Okay. So he wasn't ready to be a husband type beat.
Basically.
Did he ever even insinuate wanting to do that, like a really long term relationship? Or did he just kind of seem like he wanted to be in the streets?
No, I think me and him like I told him what I wanted in a man as a
Mm-hmm.
young high school girl. He was 21. Like, what? I just really feel like he was older than me and he probably felt like it was easier to date me than it was someone his age.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
usually
really
why
think that's
guys,
what it
yeah.
was. And I was just so in love and thinking I was going to have my man for the rest of my life and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Um,
So I was naive and he was
yeah,
a nigga.
yeah, I I assume that's why guys date younger for the manipulation tactics, easier to manipulate and kind of get away with doing whatever you want.
Without being left.
Yeah. Yeah. So how do you meet a grown man as a 17-year-old?
I worked at Kroger. He was a security guard. I was a cashier.
Okay, and he knew your age from the beginning? That's interesting.
Isn't it? Now to this day, I'd be like, wow, that's pretty weird. Even our daughter, she'd be like, Mom, that is very weird. Like my daughter is a little bit disgusted by that.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. Wouldn't recommend it.
Absolutely
Would you?
not. And she would have a lot to hear from me if she decided to do something like that.
Yeah, like what's how do you create a connection with a child?
Exactly. You gotta
as
ask
an
him these
as
questions. As a child, you think you grown. I can only speak for myself. And it wasn't
Mhm,
even like no love at first sight or just I wasn't attracted to him in that way.
mhm,
And I think we just spent so many nights together. He would be making me laugh. And I was a
mhm,
very sheltered kid. So I never had a boyfriend, serious one or anything. I had a boyfriend, but
mhm.
it wasn't like a real relationship because it was like sneaky type stuff. So my parents wouldn't find out,
Yeah.
but he was like my first real little relationship and I was just
Mhm.
like, yeah. So and he was buying me gifts and stuff like,
Yeah,
what,
that'll
nobody ever
do it.
did that. I was like 17. I thought I was just like that bitch.
That's exactly why men go for the younger ones, easily impressed.
Mm.
Very
I was
easily
so and it was
impressed.
like stuff like now I'll be like, okay, a teddy bear and a necklace,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Wow. 17 and 21. Interesting. Yeah, fellas, I would recommend maybe dating around your age or,
2 years
if you
younger
want to.
at most, I would say maybe 3. Well,
Yeah.
if you're okay, so not it's not even that he's 4 years older than me. Because let's say I was 23 and he was 27.
Hmm.
Not bad to me. That's not bad. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
17 and 21. I'm still in high school. You have been out of high school for years. You
Yeah.
were graduating when I became a freshman.
Yeah.
And you should really be like, why what are you even doing trying to mess with the girls at the high school?
Yeah. Yeah. When I was 21, I didn't even have my mind on
I
that.
wish my son would. Like, boy, what are you
Yeah.
doing up at that high school? Like, where were your parents?
Yeah. I mean, when you're
Where were my parents? My
21.
parents and my dad knew, and I was very shocked. I don't know, child.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Your dad knew.
I told him, I said, my dad found out that I was like lying and saying I had to work and really being with him.
Mm-hmm.
And so my dad went up to my job and I wasn't at work. I was supposed to be. And he's like, "Where are you at right now? I'm up here. You're not here."
Okay.
And he's like, "I'm coming to you wherever you are." So I was at his house. I said, "I have a boyfriend. I'm at his house." And he
Hmm.
came and picked me up from the job because I lied and said I was at work. So he came, but I was telling him, I said, when my dad gets here, because he looked young, I
Mm-hmm.
said, "You need to tell him you're 17 or 18. Tell him you're 18." He
Mm.
told him the truth. My dad didn't say nothing. And even now today, I'm like, maybe it's because he thought I was like a senior in high school. And like, but I'm like, you, all the years of strictness, my dad was so strict. And that
Yeah.
really shocked me that he did that. But I'm like,
Oh
maybe you could have
wow.
stopped me from being such a young mom, a single mom.
So your
But
dad didn't mind the relationship,
I don't think it was that he didn't mind. I just think that my dad feels like once his kids get a certain age, he's not going to be able to stop us from doing things.
right? So you think being like sheltered led you down a path of, wanting to get out there and kind of explore.
No, but I think being sheltered made it so that when I was finally free, I went crazy. I didn't want to be in the streets. I wanted to be a wife at 17 and 18 and 19. Like I
Right?
wanted to be with just him and I was going to his house. It was like kind of like living with him cuz he lived with his dad, which I don't even know how I thought I was living with him. He was still with his parents.
Right.
But I wanted to marry him. I wanted to settle down. Like I didn't care about being in those streets. But then when it
Yeah.
was time to leave and I had to be by myself with my daughter and then I realized like I'm 20. I was like probably like 20, 21 at the time. And I'm like, I'm young as fuck. I need to be out. I can go to clubs and I can have fun.
Yeah.
And then I went crazy.
You went crazy. How would you describe going crazy?
I was going through, man. I'm going to tell you. I was fucking a lot.
You was fucking a
I
lot.
was having fun. I was meeting people at like bars. I was
Mm-hmm.
meeting people online. I would just fuck them. Like
Right.
some of them never again or talk to again. Some of them just fuck them and it was like no, nothing serious. It was just literally just getting fucked and having fun. And like I never really been like a partier or a drinker or anything, but
Mm-hmm.
I think I went. I would. I wanted a man. I wanted to see what it was like because I just wasn't
Right.
allowed to have that. Like I wasn't allowed to have a relationship or nothing in school.
Right.
So I was.
This is after you gave birth, like after you.
Yeah, I was. I was after I left my baby daddy.
Wow. So you found time to run around while raising a child.
Oh, my parents. Well, my mom, bless her soul, she's passed away now. She didn't mind getting her grandbabies.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a huge benefit being
So
a
she
single
did not
mom.
mind. You dropping
Okay.
kids off.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Wow, you was out there in the
I
streets.
was.
Okay. We can move on to another tweet. So Mimi says women are crazy. Just find the tolerable. Are you a tolerable crazy though?
Yeah. I think I'm older now. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
done some crazy stuff, like bust the window or be trying to force my baby daddy not to leave or call a man like 100 times in an hour. Psycho
Mm-hmm.
stuff, not nothing too crazy. Have I ever I've pulled up to someone's house but never like followed.
Okay.
But I've like drove by, like what's going on over there? Like, is he there?
Right.
Like what's up? Went through phones, tried to check phone bills, hacked into social medias. I'm pretty crazy. If I'm determined, I'm gonna figure some shit out or I don't know. But now I just feel like I don't want to go to jail anymore. I've been to jail and I don't want to go
Right.
back and stuff like that. I'm too grown for that. I don't want to be fighting people or I don't want to
Okay.
have a man like trying to beat me up because I'm so crazy.
Right.
So I just be like, now I just be like, even like when it comes to like my kids, they piss me off and I literally just walk away. I'd be like,
Okay.
I'm not gonna snap on you. I'm just gonna
Yeah, that's how I live my life. I want to protect my peace at all costs.
exactly. That's how I feel now. But
Yeah.
before, I didn't give a fuck.
So how did you end up going to jail? What was the
Breaking that
specifics?
window,
Oh.
driving on a suspended license.
Oh wow.
You know,
Suspended license.
Yeah, I had got a lot of tickets. I'm a horrible driver. Um, really
Oh
bad driver.
wow.
So I had owed like $3,000 to the courts at one point, and I didn't have no license, and I had to get around. I had to go to work and do stuff. So I was still driving, and then really like the craziest thing is I had finally got my shit together,
Mm-hmm.
paid all my tickets. I don't even know if it's still like this. I don't really go to the DMV that much. I do everything online.
Mm-hmm.
But back in the day, the DMV was closed on Mondays. So it
Mm-hmm.
was a Monday. I went and paid my tickets. They like, you got to go to reinstate your license at the DMV. It was closed. Why the
Mm-hmm.
fuck I got locked up that night? And I'm like, I just paid these tickets, officer. I swear. He said, no, you know you shouldn't have been driving. You're going to jail.
Damn.
Yeah, it was in
Damn.
a crazy, like Douglasville. That's a scary area to get arrested.
Yeah, Douglasville's bad. The
Cobb
Thornton Road,
County.
Lithia
That's
Springs. Yeah, those areas are terrible. They're really just trying to make money,
exactly. And
handing out tickets.
man, what? Taking people to jail.
I've never been to jail though. I've gotten tickets, but definitely
First
no
time
jail
I
time.
cried. It was a breaking window thing. My baby daddy was the reason I ever went to jail for the first time, and they told him that it was up to him, and he made that decision for me to go.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so I cried. They were like, "Bitch, we don't give a fuck about none of that. You're in
Oh
jail."
yeah, they don't care.
And so that's when I realized when I got locked up again, I'm like, they don't give a fuck about no crying or you being scared or any of that, bitch.
Yeah.
Post your bail and go home. So, but I just feel like I'm too old to be getting locked up. Anybody got time for that?
Also, for the guys out there that are like 21 or whatever, you don't have to mess with high schoolers. You can probably just mess with college girls. College girls.
Like 19, you
Yeah.
know, exactly.
Yeah.
Child. And they just as naive, honey.
Oh yeah, college girls be ready to go. So that's where I would stick to. I used to be at the college
I
parties.
don't know
every
what he
weekend.
was thinking. Even like at that time, I didn't think it was bad, but now
Of course.
What the hell?
Of course. Okay, we got another tweet. We got another tweet and a quote tweet. The original tweet says, "Nipples sucked is literal therapy," and the quote tweet says, "I just found out today that some girls don't feel anything." Well, that's unfortunate.
That's
So-
very unfortunate.
Oh, you like a titty suck?
A titty suck is pretty cool. It's kind of like a titty suck. I don't know. My nipples be stimulated, like my coochie, like getting ate out. So I'm sorry for those girls that.
Yeah, you
Don't know
actually,
that
so you
feeling.
legitimately get aroused from nipple sucking.
Oh yeah.
I've definitely had girls that don't feel anything. Are your nipples pierced or no?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, the piercing might mess with the stimulation. That might be what
Their
it
nipples
is.
were pierced. I
Yeah.
want to get my nipples pierced. I may not if that's what happens. I'm gonna have to look into that because that is insane. I would not get my nipples pierced if it takes away the good feeling of getting your titties sucked.
What piercings do you have now?
Just my ears.
So you've never had nipple piercings? Is usually something you do early on.
Why not now? I can get it.
How long have you thought about this? Like you
Literally just thought about this. I've
Listen.
been scared. But now I'm like, I can do it.
This is an interesting time in your life to get your nipples pierced.
Hey, it's better late than never, right?
I guess. It looks good. Do you wear bras?
When I want to, when I have to. I really would prefer
don't.
not to, though.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't get a nipple piercing.
Well, you have to protect them at first because it's going to be like getting caught on stuff and that's going to hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, but definitely want to eventually get those bras out of here. If you're
I'm
going
not
to
a
get your
big bra
nipples,
girl.
if you're going to get your nipples pierced. Okay, we got another tweet. When a man tells me he doesn't care about his birthday, I run. If you don't care about celebrating yourself, how are you going to love me?
That's a good question, but I don't agree with that.
How you gonna say it's a good question and you don't agree with it? So
It
what?
is, like, it's a good point, I guess. But I mean, you don't just because you don't care about birthdays, that don't mean you don't care about taking care of yourself.
How do you feel if your man doesn't want to celebrate his birthday? How would you feel about him?
Shoot, less money for me to spend.
Is he expecting you to spend money?
No, I'm expecting me to spend money for a birthday.
Oh, okay. Okay, I wouldn't expect. I would actually tell a
Men
girl.
usually don't. I don't want anything. Shut
Yeah,
up.
I mean that's not, you're a man.
It's hard to buy stuff for men too. Like it's hard
Yeah,
to pick stuff,
I mean you
especially
could
ones that are
always
don't want anything. Ugh.
get some cologne. Cologne never hurts. Cologne, boxer briefs. I
Right?
don't know.
Like a gift basket. I usually
Yeah.
go that route with all of the things.
So wait, you're the type to buy your man gifts.
Yes.
So on, is that just a birthday thing, or is this just, occasionally you'll just buy some gifts?
Yeah.
You
Just to
do?
buy
Oh
gifts. Like
God,
if you
wow,
want something, I would yeah, it's like I know you've been wanting this, so or just be
interesting.
like, hey, can you get this for me? And I'm like, how much is it? Yeah, let's get that for you.
Okay, that's rare.
Is
That's
it?
yeah,
I
women.
like to spoil my man.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
I want to
that's.
be spoiled, so I mean, like, I just don't believe in expecting things from someone that you wouldn't do,
Hmm.
whether it be for yourself or even for them. Like, how do you expect, like, even like on dates? Okay, a man is the provider, a man is a leader, but I'm gonna take like let me take you out to eat or let's go on this vacation on me. I would do that. Like, I don't see anything wrong with that.
I wouldn't allow that. That's insane.
Well, if you
Uh,
don't
uh,
allow it, that's one thing, but I would offer it.
yeah, a gift. I guess
You wouldn't
if
allow
it's
her to pay for dinner?
no. Oh no.
Why?
Who's the woman? I mean,
That don't make
who's
no.
who's the woman?
No, you can be treated. You can be pampered too. You can like feel like I mean, like I said, you heard what I said before that the man is the provider. It's usually his job to do it, but
Right?
once in a while, okay, no, I got it. Like, what if you leave your wallet at
God.
home or something, and then I'm just like, call your mom and tell her to cash app you, cause you are the man. What?
I mean, that's different. That's different.
And
Like if I'm
still, I would still offer it, or like, I got it. No, I got it. Put that away. I got it.
no, I can see if I fell on hard times and asked for some.
No, that's not the only time a woman should do something for her man. What? You got to be on hard times to get a little.
Yeah, where are your balls if your woman is
You
paying for stuff?
in my mouth.
I don't know. I don't know. I take pride in being
And
able
I'm
to.
not saying I'm paying for all the dates. That's not how it's gonna be.
No,
But
not
I
even one.
wouldn't.
Not even
Whatever. That's why it's like no.
pay for a date. Yeah, you might as well pay to
Ugh,
get my manicure, pedicure,
you want one?
get my hair
Get
done.
it. Get your hair
I need a
done.
lace front.
I'll pay for a haircut for sure too. Like, yeah, go get your
Oh
hair cut.
God,
Send you
no.
a little cash app.
Yeah, I wouldn't allow any of that.
Oh
Like I
my
said,
god.
a small gift wouldn't, if you want to just get a little some socks. Socks is cool. But if we're going out and you're just
What
I
if
have
I
a
want to take you out? Not even you we're going out or it's like a regular thing, like where it was your idea or whoever's idea. We normally go by the routine of you paying. Okay. What if I'm like, well, tonight I just want it to be different and on me. Like, let me just take you out. And that's just be what it is before we even leave the house. That's the plan. It's a no, you're
so
not going.
so we're going to a restaurant and the waiter or waitress brings our tab and you're getting your card out.
I could cash app you before or something like that. If it makes you feel more manly to be the one
No,
that
that would
hands the
be
card over.
worse. That would be worse because we're acknowledging the fact that
There's
we're.
no way I'm gonna be in a relationship and you're gonna tell me I can't pay for something.
Well, that should be a luxury for you though, being told that you don't have to pay
But
for
if
anything.
that you're taking that luxury away. No, being told that I don't have to
Why
pay
are
for
you?
it is a luxury. No, that's not a luxury.
I don't know. I think your man should be fully capable of handling um, most of the financial.
I'm
Well,
saying I'm not a
100% of the
little
financial.
brokey. What am I gonna do with the money if you gotta spend it all yours all the time? Like what happens with my money? Where does it
You have kids.
Oh, that's so sweet. But my kids are good and I can afford my kids and a little dinner.
Yeah, well, afford your kids and even more for your kids
Oh
because
my
not
god. But that's
paying.
very sweet. And if you said
That'd
that,
be,
I'd be like, okay, well, I'm not about to beg. Put my money back in my purse.
yeah, I'm not. That's A woman paying for dates is crazy. I mean, some guys are into that type of thing. I don't care
One
for it
date,
at
it's
all.
not
I
like
don't.
all the dates. Oh God, I'm cracking up.
Like I said, maybe if I fall on hard times. If there aren't no hard
That's
times,
what's wrong
I'm
with men.
good.
Y'all just like, oh, I gotta take care of everything. No,
That's
you
what's
don't.
wrong with us. That
That's why
sounds
y'all be
right.
like sad on the inside.
I think it makes you stronger though. Like it in
You
your
don't get
mind.
tired?
No.
I get tired having to do everything, but I'm a woman. I don't think
Yes,
I'm built to do
exactly.
everything.
You should. Yeah, you're a woman. That's
But I think like since I do everything, like if I was to be with someone that like took care of everything, it would feel so weird. Like I would have to do something. I would like, can I please pay the light bill? Please. You're like, who keeps paying the
yeah.
fucking light bill? Sorry.
What the
I just
hell?
wanted to help.
I think you would get used to it pretty fast if
If I didn't have to do it,
yeah, if
no, I
you're a
don't
man.
want
I
to. I
think you
wouldn't let myself.
wow. Okay.
I could never be solely dependent on someone.
Okay. Miss Independent. I mean, I don't mind a woman working, obviously, but it's
We
a
would have
difference
hella
between
vacations and hella fun though. If like you're like not allowing me to pay,
yeah.
we would have lots of fun. Like, and you
You're
would
not
get
paying for
lots of
those either
gifts.
though.
Please,
Not paying for
you would just
vacations
come
either.
home. The money would be spent, or
That's
it would just like
crazy.
be for the future of the kids put away. I guess.
Yeah, that sounds better. That sounds better. Yeah, it's just a pride thing. Um, we got another tweet. Until a man makes it clear that you're his lady, text all them dudes back and go on dates with them all. Do you agree with this sentiment?
Yes.
If a man is, let's say you feel like things are starting to get serious, you've gone on 3 dates, you
Mhm.
have a connection, y'all text each other consistently, you're still texting other men,
Mhm.
but he's taking you seriously.
No, he's not.
Okay. Okay, but and you would expect him to be texting other women,
Mhm.
and you'd be cool with that.
Mhm.
So, at what point do you stop texting other men when he has to make it official? Official.
Yeah, when I'm your girlfriend, that I'm not supposed to be doing that.
Are you actually cutting these men off once it becomes official?
What do you consider cutting off?
Like you tell them you have a man.
Absolutely not.
That's
I'll stop
crazy.
responding.
Wow.
I don't have to
Okay.
explain nothing to nobody. I
It,
got a boyfriend now, so we can't talk any. That's awkward. A man has never said that to me.
uh,
I got a girlfriend now, so I can't. And if he did, I'll be like, bitch, nigga, and so you don't have to text me and say that. You could have just
what?
went on about your life.
What on earth?
No,
Okay, so you putting the fellas on game right now. 'Cause I think a lot of ladies are probably doing the same thing. I don't think women are telling guys that were originally trying to get in their draws that they now have a man. I don't think women are doing that.
no, and to put you on game, the same way a man's not finna do that, like because at the end of the day, you never know what's gonna happen in that situation. You might need to go back. You don't want to burn your bridges.
That's pretty crazy because you're in this relationship now and y'all are in love and you're still like, well, I don't want to burn my bridges. I want to.
Well, no, I'm saying that at the beginning when he first makes it official. I'm not gonna say, "Hey, I'm with this guy now, so I can't talk to you anymore." I'm just gonna not respond and slowly drift apart from you. And then if along the line, two, three, however, whatever, when a relationship ends, if it ends, maybe it never ends. You never know what happens. But I'm not in love with him thinking about the other guy. I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna be that might hurt his feelings if I tell him I got a man now and I don't want to talk to him anymore. He like, what? So you can't talk to like what? Why? Like, no, I'm not doing
But I
that.
think your man would say you probably shouldn't care about hurting his feelings because
But you just became my man, so calm down.
that's
You
crazy.
are just one day into being my man.
That's
I don't even love
crazy
you yet.
though. If
I don't have to
damn,
You probably fucked a bitch last night. We're one day in. Calm down.
Okay.
And you might fuck the bitch next week because we're still really, really new. And men be doing that. And women do too,
Hmm.
but I'm just a realistic person. Like, no, let's not play those games. Now it is wrong now if we deep in it. I love telling you I love you. We together for real. And I'm like,
Hmm.
he's texting me like, oh, well, maybe if it doesn't work out, I'll hit you back up. No, that's sick. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say either is disrespectful.
Oh well.
if you're
Life is
keeping,
disrespectful.
if you just got guys in your pocket, like I'll just save this one for later.
Guys are always just like girls are always in a man's pocket. Like people
Yeah.
never like, especially if the situation doesn't really end bad. Like, and then certain things don't last forever. You don't know if they're gonna last forever. It's like being realistic. I'm
Hmm.
not gonna sit here and cut off or be mean. Not saying not cut off because I will have to cut them off, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like fuck you because I got somebody else now. That's when you were nice to me all this time before I even had anybody else.
I mean, I think there's a way to let them off gently. You don't have to say "fuck you." You just got to be
There's
like,
no way. Like, oh, I have a man now. That's lame as hell. Like, don't nobody want to hear that. I don't want to hear about your new bitch. You could have just kept that. You ain't had to tell me nothing. When you wasn't responding, I would have got the hint eventually. Now, if I'm not getting the hint, now if he keeps, I done been with this man 3 months and this dude still messaging me, I'm like, sir, I'm in a relationship. I can't. You have to stop. I haven't been like I haven't been
would you
dealing
do
with you.
that though?
Yes. No,
Okay.
yes. And now if you don't get the hint, either you're getting blocked or I'm gonna tell you like, leave me alone.
Okay. Okay. So eventually the buck's got to stop. Okay.
Yeah. So no, you're not just gonna be like, oh, let's go dinner. Like, now I have not been talking to you for months.
So you would rather them wait for you to break up and then slide back in?
No, I'm saying it could be like maybe they got them a girlfriend. I got me a man. Time goes by, things don't work out, and then you guys just,
Hmm.
you know how that is when you just kind of rekindle with your ex. Not saying you were gonna do that the whole fucking time,
Right.
but it just kind of happens. Like you didn't know it wasn't gonna work out with you and that person, and you also didn't know that your ex, and you might hit it again.
Okay. Okay. I'm glad I don't do relationships anymore. It's
Relationships are complicated.
yeah, what you just described to me is a nightmare.
It is. It's the truth though.
Oh, I know it's the truth. That's why I got out of that field. Okay. We got another tweet. Let me delete this shit. Um I never understood why people thought they was doing better than somebody in life because of some clothes.
Mm.
What do you think about people that buy expensive clothes? How do you view clothes yourself?
I like expensive clothes. I
Hmm.
like cute clothes. This wasn't expensive. My shoes were expensive.
Hmm.
So it's like that purse is cheap. You know,
Hmm.
I'll buy some real jewelry. I think
Yeah.
it's nice to pay to look the way that you want to look,
Hmm.
but you not your clothes don't make you nothing.
Right.
It's just more than your clothes, baby. Like once you open your mouth, that could say a lot. No matter what the fuck you got on, I don't care what you're wearing.
Right. So when a man is approaching you, it doesn't matter what he's wearing.
Men can be used for different things. So, um,
Oh my god.
it can matter.
What?
It
What
does
you're?
matter what he's wearing. First of all, I'm not dating nobody like that's just like, okay, it's a time and a place. Like, I don't mind sweatpants and t-shirts and all that, but are we somewhere where you supposed to be dressed up and you looking like a bum? Absolutely not. But or like I just said, if you look like you have money, but you are not, like when you talk it's like ill, you
Hmm.
could be a trick.
Oh, oh God. Oh God.
You don't have to be anything serious to me. You got the money, and you maybe if you want me to give you my time, which if a man wants that, if he tries to explore, all I'm saying is if you have money, but you're not who I would probably like personality, you could pay to spend time with me.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But if you're not enjoying the time you're spending, doesn't that?
You think I was enjoying when that guy was acting like he was eating my pussy when he was sucking my toes? No, but I got paid for it, so I was there.
I guess.
So that's why I said men could be in different categories. It could be Prince Charming, or it could be goddamn the guy from Pretty Woman.
Okay. Okay. Wow. So you're taking. That's interesting.
What you have on matters.
You've had sugar daddies in the past.
I would never necessarily say I've had a sugar daddy just because of what a sugar daddy like really. No, I've never had like a long term relationship with an older man who was giving me money
Hmm.
for spending time with him, whatever that time may have consisted of. I've definitely
Right.
been given money to spend time though. So
But
it's
those
like,
guys don't last.
no, it's just like you got your hour. It's time for me to go.
What? You're talking like an escort. What are you
I get
doing?
through sessions. That's escorting.
Okay.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like men
Right.
pay me for my time. Whether if you're paying to suck my toes, and I would probably never go on a date with you in real life. So you're
Yeah.
paying me. And not
Yeah.
saying that that's what it is in all situations. But I'm
Hmm.
saying like some guys it's like when you speak to them, it's like I don't have any use for you for me to be like, ooh, like you turn me on. But we could still you want to be around still? We can work something out.
That's interesting. You've never been on a date with a client.
Yes, I have. But the client was trying to be my man. It didn't work.
Wait.
The guy that
so
I went
so
on a set that I've been on a date with somebody I've done sessions with.
right. But it's a problem if he's trying to be your man. You just
No, he was trying to be my man. It wasn't a problem.
oh, okay.
I would have dated him.
Right.
But we was not compatible after dating, like
Oh,
after
okay,
the dates
okay.
and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you were saying you were opposed to that.
No, I wouldn't have been on the date with him. No, I'm not
Okay.
opposed to like dating people who pay for sessions at all.
Okay.
I'm just saying it depends. I'm opposed to not liking your personality. That's when you
Hmm.
get turned into a trick with me. But you could be a trick turned boyfriend because
Right.
everybody ain't bad personality.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. All right, we could do we'll do one more. It's scary to see how many men in society aren't providers, protectors, or problem solvers. Would you say you require a man to be a provider, protector, and problem solver?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What does protector mean though? Like if you're let's say you started some shit with somebody, are you expecting your man to get in there and start fighting your fight?
Yep, because if a woman started if my man started some shit with some woman, and I had to whoop her ass, I'm gonna whoop her ass. But we gonna talk later. Like, why the fuck would you do that and make me be in a position where I have to fight this bitch for you? So
That's,
yeah, you whoop that ass and then check me later.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like that sounds like a predicament that wouldn't really be favorable. You
But if
kind
you
of
my
being
man, we gotta go through unfavorable stuff. Like that's what it is.
okay.
But I would not. I'm not the type of person. First of all, I'm not starting no shit with no man. I'm
Right.
not like if anything is going on between me and a man, he most definitely started. He most definitely approached me.
Okay.
I don't believe in as a woman. I know my place. Like, and if I have a man, if a man approaches me,
Hmm.
where is my man? You can go talk to him. You don't need to be talking to me because
Hmm.
I'm not finna be going back and forth with no grown ass man. You could whip my ass.
Yeah. Okay. Are you expecting your man to be able to change a tire?
Absolutely. Or pay for it
Wow.
to get done. Pick one.
But paying for it to get done is fine.
Yeah.
But if you blow a tire while driving, y'all end up on the side of the road. You're expecting him to call AAA rather than getting down there and just putting the donut on.
If he can't do it, well, that's my man. I'm gonna stick beside him. Now you
Okay.
not finna not be able to put that donut on and not be able to pay for AAA to come out here and come get us. So you pick one.
Interesting.
But
Yeah.
if you can't change a tire, we can maybe watch some YouTube videos, get you to learn, practice. But
Okay.
if you better be able to pay for it, cause who finna pay for that? And if I gotta pay for it, that's what I'm saying. I'll pay for the day, but you not gonna have me out here doing the manly work. Now that's just diabolical.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's some girls that require that type of thing. Like you got to be able to fix things. Men got to be able to fix things.
Nope, I'm not the best cook in the world.
Oh, you're not cooking?
I will cook. No, I have to cook. I have kids. But
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying, like, I be fucking some shit up. So I don't expect no man to know how to do every single manly thing. I'm not perfect.
Right. What are you good at cooking?
Like spaghetti, rice, chicken, just the regular stuff. But like when it comes to like throwing down with all that Thanksgiving, I'm looking at recipes.
Well, what's the first thing you learned how to cook?
I have no idea, honestly. I don't think my mom. I taught myself how to cook, so really everything.
Okay.
Probably like chicken.
Oh, okay. You make good chicken?
I can make some good chicken. I've been making chicken for a long time.
I would hope so. If you cook, I would hope you could do chicken.
Well, chicken is the basic, so you start that early. So I've been doing chicken for a while.
That's good. I don't know how to cook anything. Actually, you know what's weird? I know how to cook French toast. That's the only thing I know how to cook.
French toast is pretty easy to cook, but
That's
breakfast
the
is
only
the
thing I know how to cook.
easiest. Like, you don't know how to cook eggs, grits.
I mean, I could just throw some eggs in the pan and fry them.
Yeah, then you could cook eggs too.
I guess.
Oh Lord.
But no, I don't know how to do grits or anything else really.
Start reading some recipes. It'll be horrible probably at first, like, because even now, like, I've been cooking for a few years, and some stuff I still be like, wow, that's nasty.
Yeah, but throughout my adulthood, I've never found a situation where it's like I really need to cook right now. So I never learned how
You
to
have
cook.
to fucking eat.
Yeah, I eat every day without cooking.
Eat out?
Yeah.
That's not good. Unless you're eating at expensive ass restaurants.
What?
Like, are you eating fast food every day? That's not good.
Fast food. I have like a bacon, egg, cheese sandwich every morning.
From where?
From Quick Trip. That's fresh food though.
Is it?
It is.
Okay. I don't know.
Quick Trip has a kitchen. Whenever I say this, people think it's some basic gas station.
Because they have those freaking things in the middle where you could just go grab a sandwich from out the refrigerator. That's prepackaged, and I don't believe that's good to eat every day.
Yeah, they cook.
So it's like you go to the grill and have them cook you up some breakfast.
Yes, they have these monitors. You place your order, and they cook your food fresh.
I didn't know that Quick Trip had that.
Yes,
and not you eating breakfast at the gas station every morning though. That sounds crazy.
I'm on my way to work. This is the only thing that's open because I go to work at like 4 a.m.
Okay,
So I stop by the gas station
because at least you're not going to like McDonald's every morning. That would be pretty bad.
But the word gas station is like that is putting smut on Quick Trip's name.
Quick Trip is a gas station.
Quick Trip literally has stores like without gas. They
do?
Yes, there's one in Atlanta. They don't do gas. It's just the store. Because that's how good the store is.
I never knew that.
But yes, they cook fresh food, like fresh breakfast.
I never knew that. I never knew they had a Quick Trip without the gas.
Yes, they have.
Okay, so I guess you have a little bit of. You need to learn how to cook. It's easy to cook. You buy you a packet. Well, no, not what the price eggs is today. You might be making the same cut and even.
I don't understand the point though. If I can just pay for somebody else to do it, why would I do it? I don't really get that.
Well, groceries are super high, so it's really no longer convenient.
Yeah, that's another thing I noticed.
So I can't even. I have nothing to say.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we got enough. Hopefully, I timed that right. You can shout out your socials and sites.
Yes, Goddess MiMi Feet, goddessmimifeet.com. So my Twitter is Goddess Mimi Feet. My Instagram is Mimi the Goddess _ and just look for Goddess Mimi Feet anywhere and you'll find me.
Okay, that's the show.